I guess I would try to raise some type of money. That's what I mean, like without any specifics, because I don't know if you were saying get into specifics.
Chicago Black Delegation podcast. What you got? Damn, my nigga got pigeons. Call.
Seagulls.
My man's is on the beach.
Bahamas.
Quail, man.
Hey, Florida man, what you got for us, bro? Speak up.
I think a bird called in.
The folks that said I'm about to bake them, G.
Hey, nigga, I see you. I'm watching this border shit right now, nigga. They going crazy.
He's a bird from Texas. He's a bird watching. He there.
Hey, like I do.
Sitting on the wall.
Seagull from Texas. Oh God.
Yeah, that was an eagle flying the motherfucking migrants from the over the border. Okay.
Damn.
I think if anything, and I'll be honest, I think it's much of a worse situation for them than us. Welcome to America.
Yeah, for sure.
You're the 80th gang here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Welcome.
Welcome. And so I feel like it's more trouble for them. I feel like even the job situation. You come in here and there's already groups of immigrants here, and we're right next to Mexico. And we got heavy Mexican gang influences here too. They've already been here.
And the
so
crazy,
it's like,
go ahead.
What? I mean, like, what type of reign do they expect to have? Or this, like, how far do you plan to get with the other gangs? Is what I'm saying. I don't see how it's like.
Wow,
because you can't just come up in here and just step on other people's toes. They ain't really gonna allow that. So you better get in where you fit in.
But yeah, so check it out. We have a video or a bit of an update as far as the border crisis in Texas. So just kind of opening up, just kind of see where y'all kind of at with this situation are as it stands. Y'all kind of previewed all to what's been going on between, Brandon Johnson, Chicago, and its essential relationship between Greg Abbott, who is the governor of Texas. Like, are y'all kind of preview about kind of what's going on before you kind of know what's been going on with that? Like, basically, you finna say something?
No, I was just gonna say I have no idea.
So basically, what's going on is there is a border crisis, right? There's a border concern. As a matter of fact, I mean, this is not a new thing either. It's just making headlights again. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But Greg Abbott has been having problems with the border its border control for a long time. Donald Trump didn't do much about it. He said he was going to build a wall. The wall wasn't built. What's his guy name? Biden. Joe Biden said he wasn't going to do nothing with a wall. Then we found out him repairing the wall. You know what I'm saying? It's like politics has been all over the place, right? But what's been going on is people have been saying things like, I want to say Lori Lightfoot and others have been criticizing Greg Abbott on his seemingly juvenile methods of dealing with the border control, with the crisis and going on at the borders, right? And his solution was, you know what, y'all sanctuary cities, right? So how about y'all live up to y'all name? You know what I'm saying? So then he starts sending out these busloads of people towards these sanctuary cities. Lo and behold, big surprise, it turned out to be a huge problem. Brandon Johnson himself has said that we were not prepared for this type of for this situation, and that he is looking towards Joe Biden to help find solutions to this problem. That usually means money, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and like, if y'all was good, I'm gonna give y'all the crown for an hour, right? If there's something, what would be like just one thing you would do. You don't need to discuss what's gonna have to happen before this solution happens, before you make the suggestion or anything. You don't have to give me any details whatsoever. As the governor of Texas for one day, what would you do? What's one thing you would do to in an effort to solve this situation at the border?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've been a governor before.
I know, that's a lot of power at one time.
Let me see. do?
Honestly,
I guess I would try to raise some type of money. That's what I mean, like without any specifics. Because I don't know if he was saying get into specifics.
Chicago Black Delegation podcast. What you got? Damn, my nigga got pigeons. But call.
Seagulls.
My man's is on the beach.
Bahamas.
Quail, man.
Hey, Florida man, what you got for us, bro? Speak up.
I think a bird called in.
That folks that say nothing about to bake them, G.
Hey, nigga, I see you. I'm watching this border shit right now, nigga. They going crazy.
That's a bird from Texas. He's a bird watching. He there.
Hey, like I do.
I'm sitting on the wall.
Seagull from Texas. Oh God.
Yeah, that was an eagle flying the motherfucking migrants from the over the border. Okay.
Damn. You got all type of callers.
All right, man. Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
But nah, like I was telling him, I think, don't get me wrong, I know nothing about the inside of politics as far as working for him, but I would think that the first thing we would need to do is raise some type of money to even start coming up with a solution.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say that necessarily going to the president, but I feel like we would have to start there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a quick question. Would you be a socialist or a nationalist in your going about it?
This sounds like some conversation y'all had in the car or something. Keep going.
Socialist and nationalist. Huh?
Socialist.
So you're gonna find the issue. So you're gonna find the issue to accommodate them, while not really understanding how it's gonna fall on the population at hand.
Wait, say that again?
Like when you're doing it from a socialist perspective, you're gonna try to find a way that's gonna accommodate the people. Not really understanding how on the back burner it's gonna affect the population at hand. Like, you know what I'm saying, where our taxes and stuff.
Nah, I guess you gotta kind of go from a socialist point though, right? Till you figure it out, because you don't want the people to over worry and then be in a state of chaos.
Nah, but okay, so yeah, you were trying to accommodate the needs of everybody, or making a effect, make an effort to.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a fair person. I try to do certain things a certain way, but at the same time too, we do have to do what makes sense financial wise for the state. So it's like I feel like if I'm trying to fix something, I don't want everybody to know, but at the same time, I do feel like I can't hide everything. It's like we got to be open and honest about certain things.
Yeah. I agree.
Because you got to be able to prepare for yourself too. Don't get me wrong. As far as the population.
Sure. Yeah, if you can't help yourself, how do you help others, right? All right, so let's start this video up. See what we got.
A story you will only see here on 9. The FBI says a Venezuelan gang called Tren de Aragua has made its way to the borderland.
Well, the group has spread throughout South America and now into our communities. Officials say they pose a local threat to families. Here's more.
The fastest growing transnational criminal organization known as the Tren de Aragua is a Venezuelan gang that has now infiltrated its way into the United States through various sectors of the U.S.-Mexico border.
That here in El Paso, Tren de Aragua gang members who are identified are put into prosecution pathways for 1325 illegal entry into the United States. When they come to a new place, they do it oftentimes through immigrant pathways, taking advantage of people from within their own community.
Tren de Aragua is taking advantage of the mass Venezuelan exodus to make their way into the country.
We have no idea on who they are because we don't have their criminal records from Venezuela. And a lot of times they also, because they operate with impunity inside of Venezuela, the only other way that would be able to do it is if they had a criminal record either in Colombia or Peru.
And with the historic numbers in record crossings, many of these gang members could continue making their way into the country.
I can't tell whether that man that comes across the border is either...
Now to a story you will only see here on 9. The FBI...
I'm be honest. I don't really see crazy as it sounds, I don't really see the difference.
I don't either.
Like, I feel like we already got a lot of gangs. Are they like starting such a huge criminal organization that they're like
uproaring the natural balance and shit?
Yeah, you know, in that case, then the task force. We definitely, you know, what I mean, I would think that the FBI and task force can handle that. Like if they're like doing an uproar as far as like nationally,
they can't handle the shit that's going on here.
But if they're just like coming and making local gangs or just, you know, starting up a gang, but it's like there's so many gangs that are here already and still starting. So I'm
So you're saying? I mean, are you making the argument that since we have a lot of gangs here, what's one more gang?
I am.
I guess, yeah, I kind of am, but I'm not saying I'm for it. I'm trying to figure out what it is that the gang is like, what commotion that they're causing for them to even make an article about it.
Okay.
I feel like they have to be gathering or you know, making some type of noise for them to like. Because that's like if one of us, like let's say like how we got Bloods, Crips, all that. Let's say like a bunch of Bloods went to Venezuela, or let's say that however you want to say it. Let's say they went, right. Would you say that it mattered unless they were like gathering and starting a national thing that could like really affect anybody?
Right, I see what he's saying.
True. I guess at the same time, I guess it's about how much you want to, how much do you care, right, about the families that these people are coming into negatively, affect. It's the same call. We not this guy.
Alligator this time.
So I mean, hold on. Yeah, come on now. There's only so many fucking birds I'm gonna have a conversation with.
Gonna be a bald eagle next.
Yeah, come on now.
I got something for you.
Yeah, right, true.
Affleck that.
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like it kind of is. I would say the range, where the range starts, is where just how much you care about the families that is gonna negatively affect. Like because like you gotta understand that these are people without money, without skills, without a job permit, right? That's gonna come in and make a way out of no way, you know. And where I would say at least the blacks, the gangs of Chicago, New York, LA, those gangs started. Those gangs are.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
So let's take this call real quick, but you know. Chicago Black Delegation podcast. What you got for us?
I don't need to tell you how things are right now. Unemployment is at an all-time high. People can't afford to pay their rent.
You can't afford to pay the rent, mate.
Nah.
Hey, can you say it again, man?
Likey. Pinch my nipples and feed me that max sauce.
That's a prank. Oh.
This is a prank.
I thought that was real. I thought that was a real person. I got pranked.
It sounded like an infomercial.
It so did. Anyway, but yeah, so you kind of get what I was saying, though, right? Like there's a much different genesis, and I'm just not saying I'm not. I just want to lay down the foundation to start a conversation, right? So what I mean by that is like listen just before we come to a conclusion, right? I want it to be understood that there's a different foundation in America for American gangs. You know what I'm saying? American gang culture has a different genesis than the Venezuelan gang culture. Not to say the Venezuelan gangs don't have what's the word? Like a pure genesis or a pure starter like that. They probably started the same way the GDs and shit like that started in Chicago and stuff like that. You know. So, but still, as far as America is concerned, there's no generational wealth that they're there's extreme, minuscule generational wealth that they're passing on to transfer to bring to America. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Essentially, these are, I'd argue to say they're mostly skillless individuals. You know what I'm saying? So that if there was going to be some billionaire that wanted to let me just put it this way. So if we were to give them job permits so that they're able to work, then they will be taking on like the low skill jobs that Americans would likely need. And if I mean, and not to say that, hey, Americans they've been here their entire lives. How come they don't have these jobs already? But I'm just saying, real quick. It's just quite peculiar that they'll like move mountains to create opportunities for these people, whereas the people that have been here and hungry don't have these opportunities
because they don't want to.
True. Now you you definitely have a good point as far as basically I feel like it's the illegal immigration of it. So it's like it'll change. How can I say it? If being an illegal immigrant and coming in and taking the work of somebody, of an actual citizen who's here, that's going to be a thing regardless. I don't feel like them being in a gang necessarily has to do with that. But also, this is where it comes, like what would you say as far as like it being on a national level. Right. Now, if they're making money and they're taking jobs from the people here, and then nationally they're sticking together and starting an organization here, as far as a gang, and they're making more money than the people here, then I can see where there's a problem there. You know what I mean? But just them being in a gang and coming and like, oh, they're making money, they're illegal immigrants. To me, the gang part is more of the shade on the name, like, and they're in a gang.
Yeah, it fucks like, with the respectability of the whole of the matter. Yeah, where
but the issue is just the immigrant in general, which I get is a financial issue.
Yeah, that's definitely a financial issue, and I guess you're right. I did forget the part about them being gang members, but with them being gang members, I mean that's just kind of, I guess that's just painting a narrative of these people are bringing trouble wherever they go, which can be kind of head ass.
And don't get me wrong, they could be bringing trouble, and they could be causing trouble for the areas they are in, and it is something to talk about. Don't get me wrong, you got to do something about pretty much any gang that it's causing too much trouble on the national level.
Well, I mean, they ain't got papers on them, so we don't know who you are, or we don't know your background like that. So yeah, you're a problem to us.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's hard to
bring it closer.
We need to know who you are at all times. Like, but if you coming over here and we don't even know who you are, then you can pretty much get away with anything. All right.
But yeah. So and like I said, the reason I kind of brought up it just came to me. But yeah, the reason I brought up the whole aspect of like the genesis of it, or the fact that they are bringing like less wealth into America, is because even though Black Americans don't have even though gang members are pretty much in the same boat financially, they still have like the network, of grandma or like friends or just being Black or their neighborhoods or communities to like pull from to help them, get a leg up in society and stuff like that. But whereas these people just don't have, like I said, they don't even have a work permit, So if they're gonna bring them here without even a work permit, so these people can't even feed themselves, then like how are they contributing to society? All they're doing is like draining the resources, because the taxpayers are paying for their livelihood essentially. And what's gonna happen when they want more than what's given to them? You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they'll cut some grass, but otherwise they might do some other things.
Yeah, that's true. I think if anything, and I'll be honest, I think it's much of a worse situation for them than us. Welcome to America.
Yeah, for sure.
You're the 80th gang here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Welcome. And so I feel like it's more trouble for them. I feel like even the job situation. You come in here and there's already groups of immigrants here, and we're right next to Mexico. And we got heavy Mexican gang influences here too. They've already been here.
And the crazy, go ahead.
What? I mean, like, what type of reign do they expect to have? Or this, like, how far do you plan to get with the other gangs? Is what I'm saying. I don't see how it's like.
Wow,
because you can't just come up in here and just step on other people's toes. They ain't just gonna allow that. So you better get in where you fit in real quick.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of bad for them. But
good luck.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but I do see where in the neighborhood locally, the families, especially if the people who are reporting or the articles are coming from families in the neighborhood, I can see where it's trouble. And that's with any neighborhood, with any like influence that's bad in it,
That's some good empathy, man. I definitely I like your perspective on this because, like, for the most part, we kind of been dunking on them for the past like 3 weeks. But yeah, that's definitely a very useful perspective because, like, they have competition is fierce over here. There's no blocks left over for them to be selling drugs and all that shit or doing what they gonna do. Like if they step on the wrong person's toes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean,
not in the way that they got. When you're not at home and you visiting somewhere for the most part, and it's a bunch of the people where you're visiting, they fighting each other for control, right? And it's a bunch of them. It's like, you know,
yeah. I see.
And
then we got the government.
Yeah, we got
that part too.
That's a whole nother issue. Yeah, so I think that's about as good as far as I can kind of take the conversation. Like y'all got any perspective and like extra things to add, Jay?
I just don't understand why they want to be over here. Like, you ain't heard just how difficult it is just for the people that live here. Like,
yeah, the story is the government failed them. You know what I'm saying?
The government fails everybody except for themselves.
But I feel like to the world. And we've tricked the world and ourselves into thinking we're the safe haven of the world. So it's like, oh man, like I feel like the American dream extends outside of America. And since I've been little, we've been thinking like, oh man, one day you watch the Disney movies and everything. Like one day it's gonna be that, just and I feel like they're getting that shit late. So
yeah,
it's definitely
Jay. My man finna give us a let's come together and feel alright.
No, I'm on your bush head ass boy. Fuck is you saying? No.
One time.
Need to turn this into another podcast.
No, for real. Like, welcome to America. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got people coming in every day. It's been going on. And this is what happens when America wants to play world police. Them in the UK, you got people coming in, flooding in the gates with their issues, you know what I'm saying? But it's causing hell on the back end for everybody else. And I mean, man, bro, we want the world to be at peace. We definitely want that. But it's like, what the hell when we ain't got peace here ourselves? You know what I'm saying? We struggling. Yes, some people live in check to check. But the money we do get, we have more taxes than we want taken out. You know what I'm saying? And this stuff is going to, you know what I'm saying? It's going to people who, it's going to a government who doesn't even know how to use the funds. Like, they funding this and the war in Israel.
And the war in bro, it's about like three, 4 wars going on that we not hearing a whole lot about.
It's 2 wars in the Middle East right now, like with the
Gaza Strip,
with the Gaza Strip, and then out in Yemen. You know what I'm saying? With was it the Arabian Gulf?
Yeah,
with the shipping trade and all that stuff. People real life hijacking these cargo ships, and that's why stuff is finna go up. The price on stuff is finna go up. Gas, oil, all of this stuff. And the U.S. ain't doing nothing but just sending out money, more money to Ukraine, more money to them efforts. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't getting no money here.
This kind of raises another question in my head. If not America, right? Because of how we portrayed ourselves. If you were in another country that you felt like was like a horrible country, if you were born there and lived there and felt like I gotta leave here, and if not America, where else would be a considerable place, like where a person would feel like I'm better than where I'm at?
I got
where to go?
Canada.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Canada.
Where to go to Canada?
No.
Think Canada would be a better place?
Yeah, healthcare.
I'm saying like I would think that, but I feel like Canada is kind of America. But that's where I would be trying to go. I want to cross.
Like
I damn near might cross from over here to Canada.
Yeah. We didn't want to be here. We want to be here. We go to Canada. I'm like, shit, they going.
It's an issue with Canada and England with their free healthcare system. Like, we think that it's just, okay, we go in and get it checked out. But a lot of them people aren't even seeing actual doctors until like, you know what I'm saying, months out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't getting urgent.
Free healthcare, man. It's waiting that free line.
You know what I'm saying?
They need a lot more doctors for that to be like a really, really good
actual efficient, like what we think it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not that. There's a lot of things out in was it Canada? because they, you know what I'm saying, a Commonwealth country, that they have this different from us. But it's not so simple. They have a rehab for meth addicts or something like that. But it's horrible. It's deplorable conditions out there.
Right, but that's how they feel about us too. Like they looking from the outside in, how we just made that statement about looking at it. That's probably how they view us. Like we sugarcoat, but that's not really what it is. Like a Canadian probably tell you, yo, it's not even all that great.
If I was the Venezuelan gangsters, I'd probably get over here and be like, you know what? We've been here for a couple months.
This ain't working out.
We got everything we ever wanted back at home anyway, baby. We got all the control back at home.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But I heard someone say the issue with the mayor was the governor of Texas and him shipping all the people. Like this is it kind of ties into the election coming up with the Republicans, like, because they've been telling us about this border crisis. And the Democrats want to just be all, well, help them. We're going to help them. Like, and you're right. This is them sticking it to the Democrats. Like, all right, well, y'all fix it. Y'all fix it. We're not going to do nothing about it. Y'all fix it. So it's going to fall on their heads. And we're going to see how this election turns out.
It definitely is.
Can I ask you this?
Right.
Have you ever been to another country and had to learn how to fit in with their culture or learn their culture?
I seen what that would be like. It's not easy, man.
Now imagine doing that and trying to take over that place at the same time.
With your small little organization.
I mean, they know they're only scratching the level. They only scratching like a surface. Because like the real gangsters in this country ain't no street gang or no mafia, no cartel. You know what I'm saying? But they'll let them come in and do their little dirt. But I mean, shit, who brought them in? The CIA. Them the folks that's doing all this stuff.
It makes entertaining TV though.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. Absolutely.
But is that what we really need? Entertainment? It's nothing.
It's not really
just waking up in the morning.
The news is entertainment anyway. After a certain year, media became that. Once they started following car chases.
Bring that microphone closer.
Word to Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, there it is. All right, so here at Chicago Black Delegation podcast, we're gonna be covering the migrant situation as closely as we can. It's definitely, it seems to be something new happening every week.